Okay, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Applicant Tracking System webinar. How's everyone doing today? I'm Richard. I'm with the Edjoin Help Desk. Thank you for joining us today. Today, we're going to focus on the Applicant Tracking System. This is where you manage all of the submitted application throughout the hiring process. So anything from screening applications, conducting reference checks, sending emails with many more tools, this is the most utilized page in the Edjoin system. Now for the old tracking system going away, I know we have many concerns out there. The old tracking system was built pre-2000 with the coding, with the program language. Most of the coding is out of date and is no longer being supported. So the new tracking system might look a little bit different, but it does have the same functions, the same tools as the tracking system, okay? The most of the changes we did is on the back end, but we're gonna have a lot more updates in the future. So for this training, I'm gonna show you how to navigate the new tracking system. And I also have this training as a recording. So we will have this on the admin homepage. It's going to be listed right here if you can see my screen. We might have it available sometime next week. Our media department will have to make some edits and hopefully change the voice of my sound. All right, so let's get started. Let me make sure everyone is on mute. All right, so from the admin homepage, anytime the site comes down, anytime we make some changes, we will notify you guys on the admin homepage here. If you click on read more, this will give you some of the details we made changes to, okay? So whenever you log in, just always double check this page. And then at the bottom here, we do have our trainings. We're gonna try and do a new training every week. If there's any suggestions you might have, please email us at the Edjoin Help Desk, and then we can try and put it in as a schedule. So from the admin homepage, we're gonna go ahead and start by going Menu, Applicants, and Applicant Tracking. Now from this page, it has your list of postings. If you're ever on this page and you cannot find a posting, always double check this filter towards the top. Sometimes the majority of our calls, it's because this filter is set to only show closed postings. Just make sure it says all active postings here. Okay, so from the list of postings, you want to go ahead and click on the title of the posting. And this takes you to the applicants for the posting here. So you have the list of applicants and also the date they applied. You can also adjust the list of applicants right here if you want to have the names change or the date they applied here. Just imagine if we have a long list of applicants here. If you just need to find a quick person, just go ahead and type in the first few letters of their name and go ahead and click search. Go ahead and clear search. So one of the new things we added is where you can change the amount of applications that's showing up on one page. To the right, this gives you the full list of how many applicants applied. So that was a suggestion that came in. If there's ever any suggestions, please email us at the Edjoin Help Desk. Our team usually go ahead and review all of the suggestions, and we will always follow up with you, okay? So we're gonna start with the task donut chart. So this gives you a list of the tasked items used to complete the hiring process. So for example, anything from viewing the application, reviewing, verifying attachments, reference checks, whether if you select yes or no, if the applicant has not met the requirements or not, this chart will update. Okay, so once the task has been completed, you will see the task being updated. So this gives you a visual of how far along in the screening and hiring process each applicant is in. So to set this up, this is managed by the district administrator for your organization. So by clicking menu, I'm gonna go to system users and tracking options. Towards the top, this is the Edjoin standard list here. You can always remove it. One thing, once you add it or remove it, this will show up on all of your postings from the applicant tracking system. You can also add additional columns below. Now, in the future, we might have an option where you can have this separated for the certificated and the classified, just so you can have a different hiring process between the two systems, okay? But as of right now, this will show up on all of your postings. Going back to the list of applicants. So we're gonna start going left to right from the applicant's name. We're gonna click on the man icon. This will take you to the applicant profile. So towards the top, you have the contact information for the applicant. And it also gives you the date they applied. To the right, we have the status information. As of right now, it is read only. There were some times when the old tracking and new tracking wouldn't talk to this status information. So we will have this available soon. Scrolling down, we have the screening information. So we're gonna go over how to set up the screening process for your organization. Once you assign the questions will be listed here. And then you will also see the screener's scores and their responses on this page too. Also, we have the interview information. So similar to the screening, once you have the interview, if you use the Edjoin interview app, the interview scores will be listed here. Scrolling down, we have the list of jobs this applicant has applied to within this district. So if you're ever on this page, if you click on the title of the position, this will take you to the applicant profile for that posting. Scrolling down, and as you can see, this applicant applied to many postings with us. Towards the bottom, this is the applicant notes. So from the original list of the applicants, if you enter any notes or comments, that information will be listed here. Okay, also with the notes, we have the email section here. You can see all of the emails that were sent out for this applicant. I know you kind of see the notes and emails being together. Don't worry, the applicants cannot see your notes. They will only see any emails that are being sent out from Edjoin. All right, I'm gonna scroll up towards the top of the page. And on the right side, we have View Master Profile. So this gives you the historic record for this applicant. So you can see all of the screening details here. On the left side, these are the postings they applied to. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit. And then you also have the screening information, all of the points. So if you use our test, where you can enter in, that's something we're gonna cover a little bit later. If you enter any testing points, that information will be listed here. Also, we have the screening and interview information here too. So it is a useful tool where you can kind of get a historic picture of this applicant as they apply through your postings. All right, I'm going to go back to the list of applicants. What we have here is the bell icon. So this gives you any changes the applicant has made to their profile, to their contact information here. So as you can see, this applicant has changed their name and their address. So once the application is submitted, let's say if the applicant goes back in, changes their profile, this will produce the alert for you. So this is actually a quick story working on the Edjoin help desk. A district called in about a name was completely different. It turned out the applicant accidentally used their spouse's account. So it was not fun. They had to actually withdraw the application. But anytime you see this, just always double check it. Next, we have the print on demand feature. Once you click on the print on demand feature, this allows you to print or download the application into one file. Let's go ahead and try a different applicant. So we click on the printer icon. This gives you the list of their attachments. So in case you just want to print out their application and their resume, you will go ahead and choose that. And then you could print the selected option. So if you have like an interview panel, this will give you an opportunity where you can share those documents, those PDF files. Next, we have an employee modal. So on the Edjoin standard application, we added a new question where it says, are you currently employed with our district? So with this tool, the applicant will enter in, yes, I'm currently employed. This is my position, school site, and supervisor. So even though the application comes in, you still have to verify it. So once you verify it, yes, I know him. Go ahead and click on a plus sign and verify, yes, he's currently employed. And as you see, the task chart is being updated. One thing I forgot to mention, we do have a chat. I do have Key answering any chats. At the end, we will have a Q&A just if you have any questions, okay? Next, we have documents. This is the document modal. So all of the attachments the applicant has provided will be listed here. Actually, it's a few different places, but this is one of them. So this gives you the attachment and the time that they attach the document. So in case, oh, hold on one second, let me go ahead and make sure everyone is muted. Okay, sorry about that. So with the documents here, in case some applicants add attachments past the deadline, you can always double check the timestamp here. So once you preview the attachment, and now we'll show you the document. There are some cases when the applicant might need assistance with uploading their attachments. You're more than welcome to help them with that, but you can also refer them back to Edjoin. If you click on the plus sign, this will open up all of the files in your computer here. And then you can add the attachment for the applicant. So one of the changes we made, you can no longer delete attachments. So just be careful when it comes to uploading attachments, make sure it's the correct applicant. If in case it needs to be deleted, you might have the applicant go in, click on their paperclip icon and remove the attachment. Okay, but in some cases, you could go ahead and upload the attachment here. Once you verify all the attachments have been added, go ahead and press OK. Yes, and you see the task chart being updated once again. Now, with references, this is a feature I'm sure many of you are using where you can conduct reference checks through the Edjoin system. So if you click on references, this will show you the references the applicant has added. Towards the top, you can also add a reference for the applicant. I know many of you get references from family members, but you want professional references. You can go ahead and add the reference for this applicant. With this tool, you can go ahead and upload your reference check questions to Edjoin. If you click menu, go to libraries, and then you want to choose reference question sets, you can upload as many as you like. You can do it based on the position. Once you have your question sets saved to your library, on the right side, you have your process add apps, and then you can choose reference checks. So from this page, you can go ahead and attach that question sets from the library to this posting here. So once you get started with the reference checks, go ahead and click on reference checks. Here's reference 1, show questions, and you can go ahead and start entering the responses. Now, this is done over the phone. I do know some districts who actually who prefer like the email option. I believe they send out the emails to the references. If you use that, you can go ahead and enter in the responses here. You can copy it from the email, paste it here. This option, it gives you the option where you can print the references. And then you can attach the reference checks to the employee's file. So you see everything's blank. We haven't started the reference checks here, but you will see the questions and you also have the responses here. Okay. Once you complete it, let's say we didn't complete the references for this posting. Here, this will produce the X, that means no, but you see the task chart is being updated. Next, we have credentials here. So this is a certificated posting. When an applicant lists their credentials on their application, you will see it here. So there is a difference between the credentials. Let me go ahead and close this real fast. Between the credentials and the attachments. The credentials is a separate page on the application where they can just list all of the credentials that they have. But the attachments, that's where you would see the proof of those attachments, of those credentials. So here you just go over the list and then go ahead and verify, yes, they have all of the credentials I'm looking for, yes. And we're moving on with this applicant. Next, we're gonna go ahead and open up the application. You wanna click on the up arrow on the left side of the applicant's name. And here we have our additional columns we added on the tracking options. So for those who are just joining us, where you can create your hiring process for your school district. If you go to system users, choose tracking options, you can go ahead and add and remove any of the tasks that are listed. So here are the customized ones. Next, we have pre-screen. This has to do with the screening process. This is something we're going to cover a little bit later. We have interview and hire. So with interview, so if the applicant meets all of the requirements, go ahead and select them for interview. With Edjoin, we have an interview app where you can conduct a paperless interview through the Edjoin system. It is available through iOS, Chromebooks, and it is also available from your mobile device too. So this allows you to review the application, the attachments, and also assign questions for your interview panel. Okay, so to set this up, this is also done in the Process Add Apps drop-down menu. And you want to choose interview system. So this is where you'll create the date, the time, and all of the users you want access to see the interview through the device. Next, we have hired. So after we do the process, we interview the applicant, you can go ahead and hire the applicant. So with this button, you can actually assign a new hire packet to the applicant. Through Edjoin, you can go ahead and upload your attachments, any documents, videos, and you can create a hire packet for the applicant to review. This is done in your libraries. And if you go to hire orientation, so it might take some time to get started. You just upload, everything has to be in a PDF. You upload all of the new hire documents and videos, and then you will go ahead and sort all of the documents into one packet. So once you hire the applicant, you give them hire date. Oh, we're in 21 now. You can choose somebody to be notified once the hire packet is completed. I guess the system won't let me hire Gary. Let's try a different applicant. So once the hire packet is completed, this admin user will receive the notification that the hire packet was completed. Okay, and from your library, once you start creating your hire packets, you can go ahead and attach it for this applicant to complete. As of right now, in Edjoin, when they can review the attachments and videos, they might have to print it out or come into the office to give you the wet signature for those documents. So once we hire the applicant will be removed from the not being considered status. So anytime you come and view the list of applicants, it's considered the being considered status because they have not been hired or they have not been removed from being considered. We do have the filter here. If you click on show all, and this will show you that applicant here. So if you have any questions on these two features, the interview or hire, please email us at the Edjoin Help Desk and we can do a demonstration for you guys. Next, we have removed. So if the applicant did not meet the requirements, you can go ahead and remove them. Okay. In case that's done by accident, just change the filter here and click on show all, and then you will see the removed applicant. So there is a difference between removed and withdrawn. If the applicant just withdraws their application, you will see the application here. And then if you're removed, that means they just have been screened out. So if we open up this application, that remove button will change to consider. And then you can go ahead and click on it, and that will add the applicant back. Next, we have notes. So for your screeners, you can go ahead and enter any notes. Just be careful. It is our policy to never delete. So just be careful the type of notes you're entering. All of the notes will go to the applicant's profile. And then you can go to the next application or the next new application. So one of the changes we made for district administrators, whenever you log into the applicant tracking page, you have two different viewing modes here. You have the screen and review. This is where, because you're a district administrator, you can manage the status of this application. For screeners, if you click on paper screen, this is what they will see. They will have the questions here, and then they will enter their recommendation here. So we're going to come back to this. I just want to quickly show you the different viewing modes district administrators have, where you can see the administrative side and also the screening side. Towards the top, we have an eligibility list. Let's say if we have a lot of qualified applicants, but we only have a few number of openings, you can go ahead and save this application to your eligibility list. So all of you guys actually have access to this. In case if you're looking on your screen, you don't have it, you want to go ahead and start by creating the eligibility list from your applicants menu. So if you go to applicants, eligibility list, you'll go ahead and create the list. Once you create one, then I will populate this drop-down menu for you. So here we like the applicant, Gary, so we want to go ahead and add them to the list. And then when you go back to the list, you will be able to see the application. And then you can actually set up screeners from that list too. Okay. To the right, we have our need help. This is the updated manual in case you need any assistance with the tracking system. And then you can also print it out here. So need help. We will be adding it to the help center shortly, but as of right now, go ahead and click on need help if you need any assistance. Okay, so on the right side, we have the additional features. So like I said in the beginning, a lot of the changes are on the back end, but we still kept a lot of the tools and features you guys are used to. We combine the process and add applications. So all of the features are still here. And then all of the emails are here as well. We have an apps to Excel feature where you can download the application, the contact information into an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. We also have emails. So we have three options. Email applicants. This allows you to send out the emails based on their status. Okay, so if you don't need to send out an email to all of the applicants, you can go ahead and use this filter here, and this will change the list of the applicants for you. So we choose hired. Here we only have one applicant. So if you need to send a regret letter, you would change the status from hired to no. and then that will show the list of the applicants. Okay. Also from this page, if you don't have your library set up, this will really streamline the Edjoin process where you can have all of your email templates saved, and this will save you a lot of time when you're in the Edjoin system. So email libraries, you can, once you have your template saved to the library, you can go ahead and select it here, and then here we have our template. Also emails, you can send out, this takes you to the list of all of the emails that were sent to your screeners only. And then emails for this posting. So I'm sure many of you get a lot of calls from applicants. Hey, I did not get the email. This is a page where you can double check and see, and it will show you the time it was sent out, and also you can view the email here. Okay. So that's from the email drop-down menu. Here you send out the emails. This is a page to show you all of the emails that were sent out either from your screener reviewers or from the applicants. Next, we have the process add apps. First option is the screening management. So this is a big piece. This is something we're going to cover a little bit later when we go over that screening process. We have materials tracking. So if this will take you where you can view all of the attachments, you can go ahead and select yes, they have all their attachments and submit it here. Just another tool, if you don't want to do all docs in from this page, you can do it from that page too. Reference checks. So if you have it saved in your library, you can add the reference sets, question sets to this posting here. Next, you have edit posting. So you don't have to go through the menu, job postings, manage job postings. You can go ahead and make any changes to the posting here. So edit posting, and then this will take you to the job posting if you need to make any changes, or you can view it here. Add new applications. In some cases where applicants might have a hard time applying through Edjoin, again, you can always refer them to Edjoin, but this is a page where you can actually create an application for them. So you just enter their contact information. If you need them to log into Edjoin to review a new hire packet or anything, you can go ahead and click on Make It Accessible. This is where you create a username and password for that applicant. Towards the bottom, you can add references on this page, and then you can also add attachments here. So this is for a one-time use. If you just need them to log in, create an application just for one time. Some cases the applicant likes to keep this, the account you create them. So it kind of throws the Edjoin help desk when they need to log in or if they have any problems with that. But yeah, this is for a one-time use purpose. Okay. Next, we have Find More Candidates. This will take you to the applicant bank where you can find more applicants. So this page, we're gonna be making some more changes to the applicant bank, more so it will help you find more classified positions. So that's something we're really excited for. It was built more for like teachers, principals, where you can find a specific credential, but now we're going to be making some more changes where it will help you with the classified staff, like tech positions, things like that. Okay. We also have copy apps. So we really like these applicants, but we can copy them from this posting to a different one. By choosing copy apps, you want to go ahead and choose the applicant, and then you can transfer their application and also their tracking information from this posting to the new posting. Okay. We have overall summary. When I come back to this, this has to do with the screening process. When your screeners, when they make their recommendations, they enter their scores, the information will come up on this page here. And next we have add test scores. So this is where you can enter any test scores you require. Let's say like a typing test, you can go ahead and give them a score. As of right now, the column headers are not customizable, but that suggestion did come in by somebody at a school district, and that's something we can definitely look into adding. So all of the scores, you will see this on the applicant profile. So once we added the scores for this applicant, go ahead and click on the profile, and then you'll see the scores under the scoring summary here. All right. And last item we have is the view posting. And this just takes you to a layout of the posting in case you need to print it out, and you can attach it for your files too. July 3rd, that is old. All right. Now we're gonna move over and start the screening process. For district administrators, we're gonna go over the managing the user file profiles. So by clicking menu, system users, and then you wanna choose manage user profiles here. Towards the top, you have your contact information. Here, we can go ahead and assign them as a screener reviewer. So we have two options here. The first one is limit postings to assign limit to assign posting. So if we have our department managers, our principals, where you don't want to give them the full access to all of the postings, you can go ahead and limit their access here. So when they log in, they will only have access to anything from their department or their school site. Okay. Next, we have pre-screen applicants only. For your, and we all understand how busy principals and the department managers are. If you don't want them to to see all of the applicants, you just want them to see the applicants who have met the minimum requirements, you want to go ahead and check this box. So when they come in, they can go ahead and see not the full list of applicants, just the ones who are moving forward. Okay, I'm just going over it now, but I'm going to show you how to add it on the applicant tracking page. Next is the read only. This is more for your reviewers. This is more for people who are going to conduct the interview panel, where they can just review the application. They could print it out, but that's the only access they have. They will not be able to enter any notes or comments for the applicant. It's just reviewing the application. And then finally, we have the view legal information. So in case you don't want your staff to see the legal response, have you been convicted? Those type of questions. You want to go ahead and uncheck this box here. Okay. So for the first one, limit to assigned postings. From your list of applicants, you want to go ahead and go to Process Add Apps and choose Screening Information here. One of the changes we made where you can assign a screener, reviewer, and then you can also restrict the user. We combined those 3 pages all onto this page here. So if my user is limited to assigned postings, I can either assign them as a screener or a reviewer. I can do it here. Also, we have a restrict option. So if there's a promotional position and everyone who's applying has access to applicant tracking, you can go ahead and restrict, the lead, the managers can go ahead and restrict all of the applicants who applied here. Just be careful you don't restrict yourself. That has happened before. In that case, the Edjoin Help Desk, we would need an email from the superintendent or the director of HR in order to restore your access for this posting. Okay. So when I assign this admin user to be a screener, I can give them additional options, additional tools for this posting. I can allow the screener to do reference checks. I can allow them to see the applicant's profile where you can enter any notes for that applicant. And I can also give them access to view the overall summary. Again, the overall summary is where you have these screeners, scores, and comments on that page. So if this is a pool of applicants and we have multiple principals who needs to review this, you can go ahead, they can see all of their notes and all of their scores. Okay. The one that's missed, the checkbox here, if I did not allow this screener to view the legal information, that's throughout all of the job postings. But for this one particular posting, I can go ahead and assign them access to view this the legal section for this one posting. So just in case you need that, you can go ahead and assign them here. Scrolling down, you can add your screening questions here. So libraries is important where you can add all of your question sets to your library. So once you have it saved, you can go ahead and choose the question sets from your library to this posting here. So the information will be updated here, and then you can also add additional questions. Okay. So the first limitation was limiting my screener to assign postings. So this is how you will give them access to the posting. Now the next option is the pre-screen. So from the list of applicants, administrators will have to open up the application and then you can choose pre-screen here. So my screener, when they come in, they will only see this one applicant because he has moved forward with and met the minimum requirements for applying. All right. Now going in as a screener, when they come in, they want to choose the paper screen option here. So when they open up the application, they can see the screening questions. So first question, the applicant's education. And then I will go to the next question because I have 2 questions here. So the screener cannot enter the recommendation until the final question has been answered. Work history for the applicant. So here, yes, they met the requirements. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend this applicant. I can save the question, and then I can go ahead and move on to the next application. So going through the same process here, you would choose the rating score, you would enter in the response. Next question. Okay, so for screeners, and that's something we can add, that suggestion actually came in today, where they can have a, your response has been saved. So that's something we can definitely take a look into adding. So when your screeners go through the screening process, all of their information will go to the overall summary page. So if I choose process add apps, I'm gonna go to the overall summary. So we have our screening column, and then here are the points I assigned for these two applicants. And scrolling down towards the bottom, this is where you can see their recommendation. So for the first applicant, Chester, no, they did not meet the requirements, but I assigned them a 7. And then for Gary, I gave him a 6, but yes, I recommended this applicant to be interviewed. So that information also goes to the applicant's profile. So here from the applicant profile, this is my screener, and here are the points and my recommendation. All right. Are there any questions? Let me go ahead and stop the recording.